Steve Saxon here, making a quick video today because I've been out in Monster Truck with CB Radio and I thought I'd just give you the rundown on what I've been up to. So, I've been playing with my CB radio. I've managed to drop on a Magnum 257. I picked this Magnum 257 up from my local CB radio dealer, Mr. Smuggler. I did some kind of deal with him and I ended up getting this Magnum 257. Now, for anybody who's never seen a Magnum 257, they're quite a compact radio. 11 metres, 10 metres, little amateur radio, sidebanding set, whatever you want to call it. But look how compact they are. You know, there's no bloody size to it. You know, you normally get these export radios, and they're normally a good few inch longer and a good few inch deeper. This is smaller than DIN. You know, it's actually smaller than DIN. That's the DIN size there where the car stereo is, and this is that radio. It could go in that slot nice and easy. So it's smaller than DIN. That gives you an idea of the size of these things. I'd probably say it's a little bit smaller than something like a Uniden 200. I had one of these Magnums many years ago, and when they first come out I got one, and I thought it was a cracking little set. It was tremendous. The audio on them is absolutely outstanding. Now to me, audio performance is everything. If you only CB and it sounds bloody horrible and muffly and woolly, you know, that's no good. You need to be able to sound clear and precise, and this is exactly what these kind of radios do. But unfortunately, they don't do it out at box. A lot of people buy these just the same as the Albrecht 485s, exact same kind of radio. And they buy these, and they're not set up right from factory, to be fair. They knock them out at these factories and they don't set them up very well at all. What normally happens is, when I get a radio, I put it through the alignment procedure. Now, I don't align it to the book, I align it to my personal preference. Because if I go through the book, it kind of ends up how it comes out at bloody factory. You know, it's not all as 100% correct. So I like to do it to my own preference. I like to tweak the receive and tweak the modulation, tweak the power, and have everything how Steve Saxon wants the radio to work, not how some bloody idiot in a factory does who don't really understand radio. The first thing I do with these radios is attempt to get them to sound nice on FM. Now, they do sound really good on FM once they're set up properly, and the reason behind that is because this microphone that comes with the Magnum 257 and the Albrecht 485 is an electric condenser microphone. It's also a powered electric condenser. Now, like I said, these have got the electric condenser inside them, and they've also got a small, simple stage amplifier inside them as well. So if you go inside here, there'll be a little variable resistor that you can tweak up and down to adjust your audio, basically, from the microphone. So it is like a power mic, as standard. Now, it's same with the Albrecht 485. Now, the Albrecht 485, totally different microphone. It looks more like a dynamic mic, but I can assure you that they are an electric condenser. So the first thing people do when they get radios like this, 9 times out of 10, is they take the microphone off it and try and put their own on it. You know, people try and put their statics on it, or their OPEC Echo mics, or the KPOs, and to be honest, I wouldn't recommend doing that. The reason why I won't recommend doing it is because there's nothing wrong with the stock microphone when you get it set up. It sounds absolutely tremendous. Crystal clear, loud, punchy audio, just like what you'd expect from an HF radio, you know, from a radio with far greater cost, if you like. In fact, I've even found that the audio on these is better than many HF sets, especially the modern HF sets, which sound really poor on FM. Well, they do to my ears anyway. So why do I like these radios so much? Well, I'll tell you why. Because the old one, it used to have an orange display, solid state back end final, probably something like a 2166 driving a 1969. And then obviously they make the modern version, which is the blue display one or purple display in the Magnum's case, and they've got the high-powered MOSFETs in the back. Now, I'm not really a fan of MOSFETs, but they're becoming more and more common in today's radios, so we better start accepting them, because I don't think they're ever going to go back to making solid state style transistors, output transistors in these radios. Now, give MOSFETs the due. They can do quite a bit of power, and there's cheap as chips to replace. Doesn't mean that they're very efficient at what they do, and it doesn't mean that they're designed to do what they're actually used for, but that's another story completely. So we've got this Magnum 257. I'm going to give it a quick check on the air, but first of all, what I'm going to say about this is, when you first get them, chances are it won't sound very nice. It'll come and it'll probably have the sticker on the side, and you hear a lot of people say, oh, it's still got its seals on it, must be a good one, it ain't had nobody messing about inside. Well, I totally disagree with that. The first thing I do if I get a radio and it's got seals on it, the seal will be coming off, because guaranteed I'll be straight inside that radio messing about with screwdrivers and stuff. Now, it's not a bad thing as long as you know what you're doing. Now, the problem comes when you get people who ain't got a clue what they're doing and they're bloody turning and twiddling things. That's when you start start getting bloody idiots involved in them, and that's when radios start going tits up. Basically, when they come out of the factories, they're not tuned very well at all. They're only just, set to what they do. And 9 times out of 10, you can make them sound and perform a hell of a lot better by just giving them a little tweak. When I first heard one of these Magnum 257s on the air, I think I was on maybe an old Kenwood or something at the time, and I heard another station come through, and I thought, oh, he must be on a really, really nice, expensive HF set, because he had really good broadband and crystal clear modulation. And I said, what radio are you on, mate? And it was quite a few mile away at the time, and I always remember this copy. He says, I'm on a Magnum 257. And they were like, oh, chuffing hell, it sounds really nice, does that? What mic are you using? And he says, stock microphone. We're on the standard stock microphone. Now, I was really, really surprised by that, because when you look at a microphone like this, you tend to think little cheap Midland, maybe little Macom style, little shitter FM Cybernet bollocks, and you think it's going to be incapable of sounding well. You're going to have to buy an static or buy a decent bloody microphone to make it sound well. Not at all. Not the case with the Magnum 257 and the Albrecht 485, I assure you. All you've got to do is understand how to set it up properly, and you will have these radios sounding like a bloody free £400 radio, and really they're only, I picked this up for about £70. I think they're about 200 to buy, maybe 220 to buy, but the trade on it for between £70 and £100. It's got a few scratches on top, nothing significant, and I don't care anyway, because it only gets chucked in monster truck. So I don't want some of that bloody tidy, If it's got a few scratches, then it'll probably get a few more. So that's how I see things anyway. So basically, when you get these, like I said, they need tuning properly. Now, what I do to tune them properly is, the first thing I do inside here is I turn the variable resistor up full, because that controls the microphone volume. It's almost like a power microphone. Simple single-stage transistorized circuit inside these, driving the electric capsule. Turn it up full. Now, once you've got that up full, you're halfway there. The next thing you've got to do is stop it from deviating on FM. So when you open up these radios, obviously it's not open at the minute, when you open up these radios, you've got a little trimmer right at the front here tucked away, and it should say on the board at the side of it, FM deviation. Now, they're very, very precise of these, very, very precise. You've got to turn it right down to fully off, and then you only need to come up a bit. You need to have somebody who understands what deviation is, and obviously they've got to be listening on right kind of radio. It's no good somebody listening on a radio with a really broad 15k filter, because they won't hear the same deviation that somebody on a CB will who's listening through a 7k filter. So basically they take a little bit of setting up, and you've got to have a right set of knowledgeable lads to help you go through it, But once you've done that, absolutely spliffing on FM. They sound really, really nice to these. Now, the next thing you've got to do, get it on the sidebands, and basically adjust the carrier offsets, because as standard they'll sound very, very average. On USB, LSB, they'll sound average, but just a little tweak of the carrier offsets and then put it back on frequency, and you can make them sound very, very sparkling and very, very punchy on SSB. So basically I've gone through the procedure, and I've got this one sounding very, very well on FM and very well on sidebands. Now, this is the MOSFET final version. It's one of the new ones. When I turn it on, we've got the blue neon display, if you like, and these will do about 40 watts turned up full. Obviously I don't want to run it to that kind of power. There's a chance that I might use amplifiers in the future, so I have it turned down to 3 watts FM and about 10 watts sidebands. Now that's perfect for for using an amplifier. I know some amplifiers say they can take 10 watts FM. Bullshit. You'll blow it up. You might be able to get away with it for a key down, but if you're going to be using it day in, day out, don't want to be putting 10 watts into an amplifier. I wouldn't even put 4 watts in. I put 3 watts in, and then it keeps the amp nice and cool. It don't start burning out the input stage or whatever, and it doesn't stress anything. The radio's not under stress, neither is the amplifier. So one of the good features about this radio, and one of my favourite features, not only of is its size, but also it's got memory functions. Now, it's only got 6 memories, but how many more memories do you need? You know what I mean? And the good thing about the memories on the Magnum 257 and the Albrecht is it also memorises the mode. So, for example, I'm switching the radio on here. You can see I'm up on 10 metre at the minute, but I'm going to activate the first memory to take me to channel 19, and it takes us straight there, 27781, and we're on FM. I don't have to mess about with the mode. We're there. We're on FM. So there we go. We're listening to Breckers on FM. Now, if I want to go to 555, This is why it's so good for mobile, gents. Just to go to 555, memory, next one, straight there. What have I pressed there? Hold on, I pressed that twice, sorry. Memory, and then again. Straight there to 555. What the pissing hell? There we go, third time lucky. I keep hitting this button twice. So there, memory, there, 555, and it automatically remembers the mode. So I don't have to mess about changing through the modes or the bands. It really is one-touch operation. So let's say I go to 385 LSB, the calling channel for, international QSOs. We're going to go there. 1, 2, straight to it. 27385. Now let's say I want to go to the German calling channel on mid-band 315 FM for chasing the skip or whatever. Straight to it. Straight to it. And then back to 19. It is as simple as that. So they're a delight to use. They're really, really simple to use. And like I said, they absolutely sound amazing. So enough natter from me. Let's actually crack on and give this little radio a bit of a run on air, eh?
It's very windy.
19 Roger. 19 Roger, come on. Cheers, Brecky. You got Steve Saxon at this side. Is that you, Arthur?
Tony, I don't think it's you. I think it's folks that are keying up talking at the same time.
Arthur! Was that you, Arthur?
Let's see what it's for. Yeah, it was me.
Aye, how you going on, Arthur? Are you alright, me old China? That's alright. Listen, Arthur, can you give me a quick radio report on this radio I'm trying out?
Yes, it's 5 over 9, radio 5.
5 over 9. Does my modulation sound okay?
Yes, it sounds okay.
Thank you very much, Arthur, me old mate. Cheers and beers.
Sounds shit, right?
Well, you would say that, Connor, wouldn't you? Now, that's Connor, that's Kevin Dragster's youngster. Connor Dragster, they call him, over in Sheffield. Now, he's always on me back, he's Connor. He's always saying he's going to bloody pull me hair and things and saying all my radio sound shit. You got to take him with a pinch of salt, because he's very trigger happy, he's Connor, especially with microphone.
Could create a time machine and drum back a couple of hours.
Now, also with these, very, very handy as well when you're mobile, is you've got the up and down. Now, the good thing about the up and down is the memory mode is also the VFO mode. So when I'm actually in my memories here on channel 19, I can go up or down one just using the microphone. So there I am going up and down the channels just using the microphone. And obviously it keeps in sync with the UK 40 look. It's not changing the step or anything, it's keeping on the ones. So it's tremendous, it's perfect is that. You know, I couldn't ask for a better mobile radio for coming out mobile with. So I'm going to have a quick blast on sidebands now. So press that, straight over to 555. Now you can see there's a bit of propagation. I'm just going to explain something here between the Magnum and the Albrect. There's not much difference at all between the Magnum 257 and the Albrecht. The one thing that is different as standard is the Clarifier. Now on the Magnum 257 the Clarifier also works as a KC shift. On the Albrecht it is simply a Clarifier, it only adjusts your receive. But on the Magnum it swings both ways. It will also adjust your transmit as well. Now the only downside of that is with the Albrecht 485 you can set it on frequency on sidebands and know that you are on frequency. Now with this one there's no notch, so you've got to basically listen to the band, keep it at 12 o'clock obviously, but you know, you never really know where the true 12 o'clock is. It could just be a cat snack either side. So you listen to the band and basically tune into them and hope that they're on frequency, and then, you know, you'll not be too far out yourself with a bit of luck. Hello, 555, can anybody hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you very well.
Thank you. Whereabouts are you?
Sorry?
What's your location, sir? Where are you?
I'm in the Netherlands, Olivia. A very good afternoon, Scotland. This is 19 Alpha Charlie 156.
You're in the Netherlands, 19 Division. Good afternoon, Netherlands. Thank you for the report. 73, sir.
73, 19 Alpha Tango 110. This is Radio 5.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Thank you.
You're welcome.
chuffed to bits with that, so straight through to Netherlands there, no power on. I'm only doing 10 whiskies, so conditions must be running in my favour. So it just goes to show you, doesn't it? I got a really, really nice report there. He said I was giving him Signal 9, Radio 5. It's funny, everybody always says that, don't they? 9 and 5. Everybody's bloody 9 and 5. Nevertheless, I still got over there, and there were a couple of them coming back to me at the same time. So I'm chuffed to bits with that. I'm going to have a quick flick about before I end this video, because basically, I've said all I wanted to say about the Magnum 257. It's a superb little radio. So I'm going to have a flick round mid-band. Basically mid-band. You know, they might call it sept, Euro band, whatever they want to call it, but I still call it mid-band. The old school CBs, that's what it always was. That block of 40 channels there on the 26, 27 meg mid-band. And it's full of bloody foreigners on mid-band when Skip comes in, so let's see what we can get. Good afternoon. Steve Saxon here from the UK. Mobile in the UK. Hello, George in southwest Germany. Hello, George. I hope you're well, sir. Oh, you're getting some rain in Germany? Well, it's quite dry in the UK at the moment. We're currently dry, but we've had the drizzle this morning. We've had a bit of drizzly rain, sir. Back to you, over.
Okay, my friend. My English is not so good. My English is little. Sorry, my friend. 7373. Thank you for contact. Bye-bye, my friend.
They all say that to get out of talking to you. Can't speak bloody English. Yeah, okay, my friend in Germany. 73's, my friend. 73's from England, mobile. So there you go, just another quick example. First channel that we dropped on. You know, the conditions on the band are very, very favourable today. They're working in my favour. Not doing no power at all there, just free whiskies. Free whiskies, and I'm talking right out there. It's good, isn't it? It's good. I love it when a bit of propagation comes together on the band. And again, he had no problem with my audio. It is true what I'm saying about these. They're a really phenomenal little set. They're probably one of the best small side banding sets that I've ever had. They're really, really good. Well done to Magnum. Albrect, who adopted the same technology. I don't know which one come first, to be honest, I'm not sure. But basically, the gubbins of the radio is pretty much same. Slight revisions on the board between the two. But, you know, you're going to get the same kind of radio, basically. And they're very, very good. You set them up well, and they're probably the best export radios that you can get on the market. Now, that's my personal view. Not everybody will agree with that. Lots of people will come back with reasons why they don't like them and why they do like them, etc. But for me, for what I want, for being mobile, quick access to the frequencies, outstanding FM audio, capable of doing about 40 watts on the high-powered version, 12-15 watts on the older version, you know, that's still not to be sniffed at. It'll still drive an amplifier pretty well, will that? So don't knock the old versions, but overall, very, very good radios. And it's nice to get a few checks. I'll get a few more checks before we call this video a day. Breck. Breck, you got Steve Saxon here. Alright, Steve Saxon at this side, lads. No, I said Steve Saxon. You ain't got a bloody clue, have you? It don't matter, lads, I can't understand what you're pissing saying either. Hey up, chaps, Steve Saxon here, how you all doing?
Yeah, very good, yo.
Bloody hell, you're strong, mate. Yeah, you're very strong.
I'm not a mate.
You're not my mate? Oh, well.
You're welcome.
I thought I had a bloody mate there for a minute. Are you in Germany?
No, not Germany.
Oh, where are you then? Netherlands?
I'm in the Netherlands.
Oh, good afternoon, 19 Division. Good afternoon from Steve Saxon, mobile in the UK.
Okay, mobile in the UK. That's very far.
It's good, isn't it? That's what it's all about. Coming on mid-band when it skips in and talking to Netherlands and stuff. You're very strong, Netherlands. You're 20 dB. 20 dB into England at the moment.
Yes, of course, you're 60 dB. 60 dB. Yes, in the province of Groningen.
Oh, that's just champion. I've been to Netherlands once. I had a drink with Robert Molenaar, who played for FC Volendam.
Volendam, yes, of course. Yes, okay. And this is the location, Pieterziel, Pieterziel.
I've no idea bloody dear what he's saying. Okay, mate, 73's, pal.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, of course. And that's the end of him. And that's the end of this video. So, this is Steve Saxon showing off his Magnum 257 and showing you how to work those bands on 11 meters. Now, get out of here.